You're on the Senate Intelligence Committee.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk about the news this week. And it really was big news. And if there's ever a time to celebrate the death of anyone, someone like al-Baghdadi would be that.
Yeah.
Can you talk about both the importance of that and how there was value to that, and also the handling of it from this administration?
Well, first of all, I want to just praise our special forces, the American intelligence community. I work closely with them in connection with my service on the Senate Intelligence Committee, and they tirelessly and selflessly do incredible work, and they never really get any credit for it as individuals. If you go to the CIA, for example, or you'll see stars on the wall with no names. These are people who serve our country and die for our country who never get personal acknowledgement. And, and honestly, I think that it's really important at this moment to also credit them, knowing that you've had Donald Trump as the commander-in-chief who has spent full time attacking the integrity and the professionalism and the sacrifice of those professionals. So I think about it in that regard and thank them for their service and for their dedication and for being, smart and with great sacrifice doing the work they're doing to protect our national security. Donald Trump, that press conference was extraordinary. You would have think that he was talking about watching and giving commentary on a video game. Mm-hmm. He is the commander-in-chief. The commander-in-chief of the United States of America has as her highest priority the responsibility to concern herself with our nation's security and the security of our homeland. And at every step becomes clear that he clearly does not fully appreciate the importance of the job, which must be done with integrity, must be done in a way that is solemn, understanding what is at stake. But I give full credit to our military, to our special forces, to our intelligence community for the work they've done and continue to do.
You are a former prosecutor. Obviously, it seems like the House is not going to vote on this impeachment inquiry officially this week. Are you, as a prosecutor, do you look at the evidence against Donald Trump, the impeachment evidence? Are there times that you say this is almost too much evidence? Do you think that... Well, because it does seem as though, and we don't officially know yet, there might be sort of a narrow focus in the House of let's just focus on Ukraine and what happened with that quid pro quo, as opposed to the fact that you could really kind of just pick any country and
China,
say, like, wait, what are the illegal things that happen there? Do you think that's the right way to move forward? And do you think there is enough evidence for a quid pro quo with what we've seen and heard so far with Ukraine?
I do. It's extraordinary, to your point. We have a clear display of consciousness of guilt when they were attempting to then put the transcript in some secret computer. We have a cover-up that is that. And we have a confession, and as a former prosecutor, I know a confession when I see it. And the fact that Donald Trump does what he does in plain sight, maybe he thinks it should in some way, absolve him. I remember I think it was Richard Pryor, who was it who had a skit, and he would say, "Don't believe your lying eyes," right? It was fantastic.
I don't know, but I'm excited to Google it.
It was when he got caught cheating on his wife.
Oh, gotcha.
And he would say to his wife, "Don't believe your lying eyes," right? The American public, we know what we see. And frankly, somebody ought to tell Donald Trump he has a right to remain silent.
Now, let me ask you this for the right to remain silent. And again, I'm a layperson here. You are someone who enjoys, I shouldn't say enjoys, you are someone who understands the law. You are a former prosecutor. Rudy Giuliani is a former prosecutor. To my a layperson's eyes, he doesn't look like he's good at this anymore. Now, I might be wrong. Could you tell me right now, Seth, you misunderstand. He's so good. This is the sneaky, it's a gambit, Seth, and you're following. He's not good, right?
No, he's not good.
Yeah.
And this is the thing about, I don't know if it's the Trump touch, but it literally, the disintegration that we have seen of the office of the President of the United States, of people who serve in the highest roles in terms of being in the cabinet, in terms of being chiefs of staff or secretaries of communication, the disintegration we've seen of those offices, including, the disintegration of somebody who was a well-regarded mayor of New York during one of the most challenging times in our nation's history. It's extraordinary to watch, and it's sad. Frankly, it's very sad.
Well, it is going to be exciting to watch this field of people move forward.
Yes.
We're happy to have you in it, and we're so
Thank
happy
you.
you made time for us
Thank
again.
you. It's great
Give
to
one
be
more
with you.
time for Senator Kamala Harris. Everybody.